Hello and welcome to my second tutorial for Blender 2.5 Beta for beginners. And in this tutorial I'm going to show you edit mode. In the last tutorial I showed you how to manipulate objects in object mode, and this time I'm going to show you edit mode, which is a different mode. And first let's get rid of the splash screen here by clicking on it. And let's get rid of our widget. Okay, and to get into edit mode, there's two things you can do. You can either click on these arrows right here, and that brings up a pop-up menu, and you can click on edit mode, or if you want to, you can just hit tab, and tab goes back and forth in between edit mode and object mode. Now edit mode looks pretty similar to object mode. The only difference is, notice these dots and lines on our cube here. The dots are vertices. Well, a single one's called a vertex, and the lines are edges. And there's also the flat surface here, that's called a face, also called a polygon. You might hear it called that. So you can pretty much manipulate stuff the same way that you did in object mode. You can grab it and move it around. You can, if you select more than one, you can't do this on just one vertex, but if you select several vertices, you can scale up and down. You can rotate. And you can still grab and move that around. And right now the default is to put you into vertex select mode, which means you can select one vertex at a time. You can select, oh, I didn't show you, the way I selected two vertices was you hold down shift while you're selecting the second or more vertex. So it's right click to select one, it's shift right click to select multiple. And when you select two, it selects the edge, and when you select four, it selects the whole face. But there's a simpler way to select edges and faces, and that is right down here. We can switch to edge select mode. And let's hit A to clear this out. A clears out your selection. It'll also select everything in the scene if you want to select everything. So right now we're in edge select mode, and you can select whole edges at a time. You can select multiple edges by holding down shift, and selecting four edges selects a whole face. And let's hit A to deselect that. And down here there's face select mode, and you select the faces by clicking on these dots or near these dots, and that'll select whole faces at a time. And you can hold down shift to select several faces like that. And that's pretty much edit mode. Now let's say you want something other than the default cube. Cube is kind of boring. It's, you know, you can't really do much with it. Let's tab back into object mode. Accidentally clicked there. So now that we're in object mode, we're going to go ahead and delete our default cube. Just we can do that by hitting either delete or X, and that'll bring up a little confirmation here. It wants to make sure that you're okay with deleting it, and just go ahead and click that, and that gets rid of it. And to add something new to our scene, you want to hit Shift A, and that brings up this menu. In previous versions of Blender, you would hit spacebar, and that would bring up this same menu. And as you can see, there's all sorts of different things that we can add. There's cameras, lamps, all sorts of different stuff that you probably have no idea what it is. But right now, what we're going to focus on is this one up here, mesh. And there are several different types of mesh that you can put in your scene. The first type is a plane, and a plane is basically just a flat square. It's 4 vertices connected by 4 edges, and it's one face. Cube is the default cube. Circle is a circle, and you can. It's not a perfect circle. It's more like a like if you made it with 8 vertices, it would be an octagon, and it's however many vertices you want to put in there. There's it lets you select how many vertices. We'll get into that later. There's a UV sphere, which is it's a sphere with a point at the top and bottom, and lines that come out from that, and then horizontal lines that go across. And then there's an icosphere, which is basically made up of little triangles. There's a tube, a cone. There's a grid, which is kind of like the plane, except it's got extra vertices and edges in it. Then there's the monkey. This is Suzanne, the Blender monkey. She's used mainly for testing out scenes, testing to see if the lighting is good, testing out different textures, stuff like that. It's for if you need like a complex mesh but you don't want to have to construct it yourself. There's the monkey. And the last thing is the torus, and this is basically like a donut shape or an inner tube shape. And let's go ahead and put the monkey into our scene, and you just click on that, and that puts the monkey into the scene. It puts it into the scene though facing upwards, and we want it to be facing forwards. So what we do is we go into side view by hitting 3 on the number pad. Hold down shift and use your middle mouse wheel to get that centered in the screen. Another thing you can do is you can hit 5 on your number pad, and it'll put you in what's called orthographic view, which is basically it's flat. It doesn't have any perspective to it, and that way you're what you see is a little bit more precise. Now what we want to do is hit R to rotate, and hit -90, and what that does is it moves it 90 degrees negatively along the axis that we're viewing, which is the x-axis. And just go ahead and either left click or hit enter, and there you go. We've got our monkey facing forward. And that's about all I've got the time for now, but I will continue this in a third installment. And right now let's go ahead and save this. You save it pretty much how you save any other program. You come up to File, Save As, and we can click here and type in tutorial, hit enter again, and there we go. And so I will see you next time.